My name's Adam Harry. I'm the HR and Marketing Manager here at Delamore Young Plants. Delamore was founded over 50 years ago. Now it was originally a family business. That's progressed over the 50 years into a company now that's one of the biggest British young plant producers in the UK. We're completely committed to the apprenticeship programme. In horticulture itself, there's a green skills gap, which means we haven't got enough young people coming through. And that's the case at Delamore. So, we're always actively looking for young people to join into the technical growing roles, as well as marketing, HR, finance, all these types of roles as well. The Delamore Fenland Training Academy was built a couple of years ago. It was built as a joint venture between us and the local enterprise, which meant that we match funded everything that was over there. The whole scope of that is that we can actually deliver training on site. We put you through whatever qualification we deem necessary, so whether that's NVQ, our growers, apprentice growers that have come into the company have gone on to do additional spray training, which means they've gone through health and safety, PPE, first aid training. I myself have just finished my Masters, which has been funded by the company. So we're completely committed to putting people through whatever type of education they need and deem appropriate, and actually show enthusiasm to commit to. If you come to us, there's lots of scope to increase your CV massively, as opposed to just doing your NVQ. At the moment, there's not enough young people coming through to take the business to the next level, in 10, 20 years' time. So it's important that we engage with lots of young people, or lots of people that are committed to driving the business forward, and they'll hopefully take it onto new paths, existing and different ones as well.
My name's Ronnie Pears. I'm a junior grower for Delamore's. I've just completed my apprenticeship, level 2 diploma. I studied a year at Eastern College doing an entry level 3, and then afterwards I sort of wanted to get into work, but I sort of wanted to progress further in education, so I chose an apprenticeship, got a level 2 diploma, and then Delamore's was business of the year for many years running, so I thought they would be the business to go for. As you get to know the plants over the nursery, sort of know how to adjust the system. With biocontrol, you get bugs very, very small. They can do serious damage to the plants. They can use other bugs, say something like Phytocelius for spider mites. So you get a bottle, a little sachet about this big, and you'll sprinkle it around. Within a couple of weeks, they'll be gone. It's opened my eyes a lot more into horticulture, and you get a good understanding where horticulture can take you in time.
I'm Kimberly Stimpson. I'm doing a sales horticulture apprenticeship. If I went to sixth form or college, I wouldn't be earning as well, and I don't think it would be more in depth, whereas here I find that learning's good for me. I'm getting hands involved and I'm getting paid as well. I'm in the office learning different roles at the moment, helping out the sales team because it's quite a busy period. There's key accounts, which is basically with 3 different companies. You form all the orders, you get all those ready. It's a lot of hard work, which I've been doing currently, and I feel that it's been good. And then there's also the field team, which go out to customers and help them with knowledge and information and get orders from them as well. I need to know all of my knowledge. It needs to be on top form, because I can't go and try to sell plants without having the knowledge. It'll be impossible, because customers need to know. I feel that the company and the people in the office do support me a lot and give me good feedback. They give me good reviews and help me tips on how to improve and targets. Therefore, I know that I'm doing well, which gives me confidence, therefore wanting to see myself here in the near future.
My name is Andrew Fuller. I'm a technical manager here at Delamore Young Plants. I really oversee all the production and the growing parts of the business. This is quite a big unit for the horticulture in the UK. This is just over 5.5 hectares. We're divided into 10 zones here. We're in one zone here now, which is 5,000 square metres. And as the young plant propagators, we're all pretty kitted out with the high-tech stuff in terms of heating, lighting, irrigation, etc. Although it's looked to be sometimes very, very simple in terms of what we're trying to achieve, there's a lot of factors that go into it, whether it's the type of compost we use, the lighting, the temperature. So I work with an industry standard, sort of the British Bedding Pot Plant Association, fortunate enough to sit on their technical committee. And that sort of brings together a lot of the growers' views, comments, worries, concerns, whether it's pest disease or whatever. And then through that, we're able to then decide that we would like to spend some money researching this particular area, so we understand a little bit more fundamentally how things are working. When I started just on a Saturday job, I wanted to earn some money. I was back 13, 14, and there was a little nursery, a garden centre around the corner to me, and I just approached them and said, can I have a job? And they did yes. And I just loved it. I loved just dealing with the plants and growing the culture side. Through that I could see I was interested, went into college, onto university through a degree, and that sort of education allowed to open doors to me to go into different companies. So at that point I went into research, very much a technical scientific point of view, and from then many opportunities blossom. It's a small industry, but we know a lot of people, and then you can move around, and there's plenty of opportunities to go from.
My name's Perry. I've been working here for about a year and a half now. I started off as an apprentice and now I'm a junior grower. At the start it was a big challenge, but you start to realise that because you're an apprentice you're quite a valuable member of the team. The main thing I learnt from my apprenticeship was the value of hard work. I'm in charge of stock movement and basically just the general welfare of the plants in my house. If you're going to have a career in something, you've got to start somewhere, and the best grounding is an apprenticeship. Not only does it teach you the values of the educational stuff with horticulture, but the main thing, as I said, it will give you a grounding and an understanding if you're cut out to work in here.
I always believed that apprenticeships were for sort of 16 to 21-year-olds. And it said in the article that it didn't matter what age you were. So I kind of rang up. So really, I wanted a career change, and it just goes to show that at any time in your life, it doesn't matter how old or young you are, you can do whatever you want if you put your mind to it. I'm quite lucky because the apprenticeship scheme was run in-house, so all our training was done here, apart from a couple of bits we had to go into college, and I did feel a bit old when I was in the college. But you know, the other young guys that was with me on the course, they actually looked after me. And when I initially came in just to be a general nursery apprentice. A couple of months down the line, I was offered the chance to try the trials coordinator role, and that's now developed. And after the apprenticeship finished, a full-time job came out of that. And my day-to-day is coordinating our new products. So that's trials, looking for new products. That could be travelling to Holland, Germany, or anywhere in the world, and then putting that into practice. I then have to review what we've seen and then organise the trials and organise for the material to come into us. This was the first position I came for when I first left my other job, and I've not even thought about going anywhere else.
I'm Wayne Eady, I'm the Managing Director of Delamore. I've worked for the company for 20 years now, and I've been Managing Director for the last 7. I was a YTS trainee in the late 1980s, under the Thatcher scheme as it was then. I worked on nurseries in general nursery capacities, in production units, dispatch units, and progressed through 5 or 6 different companies to then joining Delamore 20 years ago. We as a company neglected 10 to 15 years ago to invest into young adults wanting career progression, and as a result for the last 4 or 5 years we've struggled to find the right level of employee and the right quality of employee. So 2.5 years ago we started to embrace in-house learning. We committed with the local governments to recruit 6 apprentices each year for 3 years. Clearly there's a selection process as part of that, but by bringing 6 into the business each year, and hopefully beyond 3 years, we'll retain the 2 or 3 that best suit the needs that we have. But this is very much about our business as well as horticulture as a whole, which is still undersupplied with qualified and enthusiastic young people. If there's any question at all that somebody isn't of a classroom inclination, then considering apprenticeships is absolutely the right thing to do. For example, we have marketing areas in the business, we have dispatch areas, we have engineering, we have science-born businesses, as well as growing of the plants, which is also in itself quite a rewarding experience. Industry leaders in this industry can earn as much as £150,000–200,000, and there are various levels in between, and because of the scarcity currently of those roles in this industry, those rates tend to creep up.